I'm going to tell you a scary story about a haunted plantation. In the South, there's an old plantation that's for rent. It was built in 1830 by a wealthy landowner who made his fortune in cotton. The plantation was huge, over 200 acres with a big house and many outbuildings. And it came with a caveat. The new owner had to keep it exactly as it was when it was lived in by the previous owner who had died there in 1962. A young couple decided to rent the plantation, and they moved right in. They were excited to live in such a historic home, but they didn't know what they were getting into. The first night they were there, they heard chains dragging metal moans. Then, out of the corner of their eye, they saw the specter of an emaciated old man dragging himself closer and closer. They ran out of the house and didn't stop until they reached the car. When they told their friends about their experience, they were told that the plantation was haunted by the ghost of its former owner. He was known to walk the grounds at night, dragging himself closer and closer to the house, but he never actually entered it. The couple decided to stay in the home despite the haunting, and soon they started hearing other strange sounds, footsteps, whispers, even laughter. They also started finding objects that had been moved, books that had been read, drawers that had been emptied and rearranged. One night they heard the sound of a party in the dining room. There was music, laughter, and the clinking of glasses. They could hear the party-goers talking, but they couldn't make out what they were saying. Then they started hearing gunshots. They were close, too close. The couple huddled together, shaking, as they heard the party-goers celebrating, their voices echoing through the halls. In the morning, after, of course, not sleeping at all, they went to the dining room to see if anything had been disturbed. Everything was in its place, yet there was a strong odor of stale waste and stale urine. They found human excrement in the corners and on the floor, and on the table was a pile of 19th-century newspapers. They had obviously been reading. The couple called the police, who came out to investigate, but the only thing they found was a pile of newspapers from the 1800s. The couple decided to leave the plantation. They couldn't take the haunting any longer. But as they were packing up their things, they heard the sound of a woman screaming in the night. And as they stood there listening, they could have sworn they heard the chains dragging again.